This video will explain how to recover a file that has been damaged. Before we begin, let me say that if you are using FileMaker server software to host your file, and that means if you have 5 or more users, then you generally will not have damaged files, and that's because HearForm is being hosted on a server generally and run as a service in the background. So an improper shutdown of a computer does not affect the file in the same way that a standard standalone computer might. So if you're using HearForm and hosting it on, let's say, the front office computer, and you have a power failure, or if Windows decides to just restart the computer without asking you, perhaps for an update or something like that, then HearForm can be damaged because it's not being shut down or put to bed properly. It's generally a good idea to close HearForm at night if that's the case. If you're going to have Windows update your computer automatically, or if you're susceptible to power failures, that sort of thing. We also recommend that you have an uninterruptible power supply, which will help in many cases. But let's assume that you've had a problem, the system was shut down, perhaps you were just using the program, something went wrong, a glitch or something, and the program just shut down unexpectedly and the file was damaged. Well, that's unfortunate, of course, but what we're going to do is show you how to recover that file. I've popped up a different screen here because when you go to open a HearForm file that's been damaged, you might be warned that the file cannot be recovered because it has been damaged, and it may take you to an area like this where you can recover the file. Well, in this case, I can't open HearForm, so I'm going to go up to the File menu in FileMaker Pro and then come down to the word Recover. Now, your screen may look a little bit different than this, but this is essentially what you want to do. Go to File, Recover. You'll navigate to the folder where HearForm is stored. Now, that's generally C HearForm. C HearForm, unless you've stored it in a different location, and we can help you with that if you have a problem. But then we're going to click on this button here, the HearForm file, and then we're going to, let me slide this up just a little bit so I can see it better. We're going to then select that. Now, I don't want to recover that file because it'll take a little while, but let me just recover the Documents folder. It's very similar. So I'm going to click Select. Imagine we're selecting the HearForm file instead. But I'm going to select this one. It's a much smaller file, so the process will go faster. And then it's going to ask me to name the new recovered file. Well, I'll just go with the default name here, Documents Recovered, or HearForm Recovered, Dayback Recovered, whatever the file name is. In a moment, after the file's been recovered, we're going to have to rename those files, as you'll see in a moment. So let's click Save, and it will take generally a lot longer than that. It's going to probably take 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. It depends on the speed of your computer. And then you'll see a message here that says that it built a new database and either problems were detected or no problems were detected. But regardless of that, you're going to click OK. I'm going to minimize this now or move it over to another screen and show you in that HearForm folder what you'll generally see, and that is a recover log here, and I'll just slide it over real quick. You're not going to really look at that generally because that's not going to necessarily be helpful for you. But then you'll see a HearForm file, or in this case a documents file, that says Documents Recovered. Well, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to recover that file, or excuse me, rename the file. And to do that, I'm just going to click on the file that was the original file, and you can press F2 on your keyboard, or you can click on it twice very slowly, and that will generally do it. And I have to change this name of the bad file to something like bad or damaged or something like that. I put documents.bad.fmp12. You may not see the FMP12 on your computer. It depends on whether or not you're viewing your extensions. But in other words, we want to rename this file because we have to have the recovered one. This is the one that's fixed. The original file is still bad. If you tried to open it, you might think, hey, I thought I just recovered that. Well, you did recover it, but the clone, the copy of it, is the part that's recovered, not the original file. So I have to rename that first, in this case Documents Bad, and then I'm going to press F2 after highlighting it here and just remove all of these letters so I can just rename that to its original file name. So again, I would do that if it says HearForm Recovered. I would first take the original HearForm and call it HearForm Bad or HearForm Damaged, whatever you want. And now this new file will open properly. So that's how you recover a file. And again, if you're not able to do that yourself and you need help, then just contact us at support and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.